Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all the business owners tuning in. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that I know gives a lot of you some tension, and that is the real costs of digital marketing. So let's break it all down and make it super simple.
This is the number one question, isn't it? Digital marketing pe kitna kharch kare? How much should I really be spending? It's a stress for pretty much every business owner I meet. But don't you worry, today we're going to get a clear answer for you.
Okay, so here's our game plan to clear up all that confusion. First, we'll see why the costs are so different for everyone. Then, we'll look at what's better, an agency or building your own team. After that, we'll figure out how to measure what's actually working, and then we'll finish with some solid tips you can use right away.
All right, let's dive into our first big topic. The first thing you absolutely have to understand is that there's no one-size-fits-all price for digital marketing. The cost is going to be different for every single business out there.
Now, just have a look at this table. It's pretty clear, right? If you run an e-commerce website, you might be spending somewhere between 1 to 3 lakhs a month. But if you're in an industry like finance or healthcare with lots of rules, that cost can easily jump to 4 lakhs or even more. So why are these differences so huge?
Well, here's the simple reason why. If there's high competition, you're fighting with more people for the same customer, so your ad prices just go up. Simple. Industries like finance also have very strict rules, so you have extra costs for legal checks and all that. And of course, if you need to create very expert content, like medical or financial advice, that's going to need a bigger budget. It all adds up.
Okay, so now you have a better idea of why the costs are so different. This brings us to the next big decision that every business owner has to face. Who is actually going to do all this marketing work for you? So, should you hire a marketing agency, or is it better to build your own team inside your company? You know what? Let's do some simple maths to figure out what might make more sense for you.
So let's just imagine you decide to hire one marketing manager. In today's market, a good, decent manager will cost you around 75,000 rupees per month in salary. That's our starting point.
But wait, the cost doesn't stop there. Marketing today needs special software, right? For social media, for email, for checking your results. You can easily add another 10,000 rupees or more every single month just for these tools.
And here's something people often forget. The digital world changes every single day. So to keep your employees' skills sharp, you're going to have to invest in training. And that's another expense you need to think about.
And finally, maybe the most important cost of all is your own time. The time you, as the business owner, will spend managing them, guiding them, and checking their work. What's the value of that? It's huge.
So here's the main choice. With an agency, you instantly get a full team of experts. You get a writer, a designer, an ad specialist, all ready to go. On the other side, an in-house person will be 100% focused only on your business. They'll really understand your company culture. So, you see, both options have their own big advantages.
Okay, let's move on. You've spent the money, you've got your team, but how do you know if it's actually making you any profit? Because let's be honest, you can't run a business on just likes and clicks, right?
The most basic thing people look at is CPC, which is cost per click. Like it says, it's just how much you pay when someone clicks your ad. Think of it as a basic kharcha or expense.
Now, one step better than that is CPL, or cost per lead. This tells you how much it costs to get a potential customer's actual contact information, like a phone number or an email. This is much, much more valuable than just a simple click.
And please, I want you to always remember this. The most expensive agency is not the one that charges the most money. It's the one that brings you hundreds of leads that never, ever become actual customers. What is the point of getting cheap leads if they don't give you any real business?
So, what's the real hisab, the real calculation that smart business owners look at? It's this: LTV versus CAC. I know, it sounds a bit technical, but I promise you, it's actually very, very simple.
So what this ratio does is it compares the cost to get one customer, we call that CAC, against the total money that customer will give you over their lifetime. That's LTV. So in simple words, it's your kamai versus your kharcha for each customer. That's the real calculation.
And here's the golden rule for a healthy business. Your LTV to CAC ratio should be at least 3:1. It means for every 1 rupee you spend to get a customer, you should be making at least 3 rupees back from them over time. If you have this, your business is in a good place.
Okay, wow, we have covered a lot. So what should you do next? Let's just wrap everything up into a simple final action plan for you.
Just remember these 5 simple steps, okay? 1. Know what others in your industry are spending. 2. Calculate the real costs, including all those hidden costs if you hire someone. 3. Put your money where you get the best results. 4. Measure the real profit. Track your LTV to CAC ratio, not just empty clicks. And finally, number 5, and this is so important, test with a small budget first. When you find what's working, then you invest more money.
So after watching all of this, I have one question for you. What is the one thing you are going to change about your marketing hisab, your marketing maths, starting from today? Think about it and let me know in the comments below.
And of course, if you want to go deeper into any of these topics and read the full articles, please just click on the link that's given in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.